Naruto 607. A lot to discuss. Chapter came out early, and there's a couple things I want to talk about. Some problematic issues that need to be addressed with this chapter. But let's get started. So, chapter opens up immediately, and Obito is saying the same dribble that Madara told him. At this point, he's already convinced, completely brainwashed of everything Madara said, and he's trying to convince Yahiko, Nagato, and Konan to listen to what he has to say. And it seems as though Nagato would have bit already at that point. It looks like Nagato, he was on the same page as Obito at that particular point already, but Yahiko was the leader, and Yahiko's like, nah, you're trying to use us, get out of here. And had Yahiko never died in the first place, I think Nagato never would have joined up with him. Not even because of the pain thing, but his second great pain, but just Yahiko was a leader and he understood, like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with that. So that was a good little more explanation of getting, what happened between when Obito approached them. So nothing wrong with that part. Pretty solid. But then we also get to where things start to seem a little problematic in my opinion. Obito basically, or Kakashi is on Obito's grave or Rin's grave and talking about things and reminiscing and then saying that this is a top secret thing. Minato Sensei is having a son today, and basically we learn that this is how Obito learned that Naruto is going to be born. And there was so many theories and so many different vague things that Kishimoto put in that he could have done. So that was probably not the best one that I particularly liked. Because remember, there was a thing with Sasuke's mother being involved and asking, talking with Kushina at the time. There was so many different things. So for him to find out via Kakashi just talking to the grave, a little bit of like Kishimoto speeding through things. And I think, to be honest with you, because this chapter ends the flashback, I think Kishimoto ended it prematurely, probably because ratings or rankings or something, because I think he still could have gone a little bit more and changed a few things, because some of the things of the way this was explained kind of brings about some problems. So basically, it was indeed Obito that fought Minato. He even says sensei, and he's like, I don't even care anymore. And basically, so that was Obito. And now, if a lot of you remember, when Obito fought, or when Toby, at the time we didn't know who he was, fought Minato, it was the opposite arm that got melted. So right there, that brings about a small plot hole, and at this particular point, it's already legit that is a plot hole, and that saddens me because I thought that it would be explained a little bit better. Basically, because he's wearing the suit at this point, so the only thing I could think of is maybe since he's in this suit, it's not actually his arms that he's using, it's the Spiral Zetsu's arms, but still that brings about a plot hole, and that kind of discourages me a little bit because I was looking forward to seeing if Kishimoto could really just iron out everything. So there's a plot hole with that. We get a couple flashbacks in the chapter that I didn't really care for. It was just, I guess, to expand upon the separation at this point between Obito and his sensei and everything. Didn't really care for them because we already know at this point he's just like Naruto. He wants to be Hokage, or wanted to be Hokage at some given point. So flashback was really unnecessary. And basically the flashback is over, the entire flashback. I'm disappointed at that particular point, to be honest with you guys. Like, I liked that some things were explained. Like, I like the beginning part where he's talking to Nagato. Everything is cool there, but that opens up a plot hole nonetheless with the whole thing with the arm melting and a couple other different things of, it seemed very vague, and he seemed as though he didn't know Minato when we seen the fight. And all of a sudden now it's kind of explained that is Obito indeed. So I'm a little disappointed with that, to be honest with you. But let me know what you guys think. I'm not going to harp on that, obviously. It is a plot hole, though, nonetheless. Let me know what you think. Is that a plot hole? Is there any explanation that I can't think of why it was the opposite hand that wasn't messed up, that melted when he fights Minato? And also, basically, with the flashback being over, we get a couple extra things that I did like as well of this particular chapter. Like, I like the beginning, the little conversation with Nagato. That was cool. The middle messes up because of the plot hole thing, and then the ending was nice as well, where we finally out of the flashback. And Madara, he just has tricks up the yin yang. He summons this thing. It's this wooden dragon that Hashirama used to fight him in the Kyuubi back in the days. And that's interesting because we got bits and pieces, but we don't really know to the full extent what happened on that fateful night when they fought. And to see that was pretty freaking awesome. But Naruto is not playing. He is just like pissed off. He's like, you're a zombie. Like, to Naruto, he's a piece of garbage. Get out of here. And Naruto just immediately with the Kyuubi just attacks him and rips him and going crazy. And I really enjoy that part. And basically it ends up with Obito, like, because Kakashi's asking him, why? And Obito's like, no more talking. Let's just go into the final fight. And basically ends up right there. Problematic. I did enjoy the beginning and the end, but the middle nonetheless problematic. Again, let me know what you think of all this craziness. What do you think of that crazy snake as well? Wooden dragon snake. I thought that was pretty cool. And nonetheless, the plot hole, does it ruin a big part of it? The way Kishimoto explained it, it's a damper on it for me, but it doesn't completely ruin it. But it is definitely a negative nonetheless. And also, no Naruto next week is going to be on break. Bummer as well, because like we finally out of the flashback, and then to get a break is a little bummer. Nonetheless, I think Kishimoto really went through the flashback as quick as possible, probably because his editors and the rankings were getting low, because I remember I heard that it had a really low ranking, one of the lowest of all times, and that was probably during the flashback. So Kishimoto has to do what he has to do to keep going. I understand that, but nonetheless, let me know what you think overall. I'm slightly disappointed with the chapter. I did enjoy, again, a couple of parts of it, but just to know that that was Obito fighting Minato all along, the vagueness of him not really knowing Minato, seemingly learning all that through Kakashi talking to the grave when it seemed like maybe the Uchiha were conspiring or something. A couple different things was just like a little bit like, and also, why wasn't it explained? I left this out, that all of a sudden now you see Obito's hair. What happened with the wrap around his head? Is the spiral Zetsu still around? What's up with that? I want to learn about that. But yeah, that's what I have for this review. I know I seem a little bit down, but I guess just I was a little bit dampened with that whole thing of the seemingly plot hole. Let me know what you think. That's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you can't wait to see the upcoming battle, because that wooden dragon snake looks freaking beast, or not snake, wooden dragon. And it's just looking like we're going to get into an epic fight. And I want to focus more on that and not more so on the plot hole. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.